Welcome back to another fly tying video. In this video I'll be tying for you an SOS Nymph. It's a good nymph pattern. We'll first be starting off with an black ultra thread 140 denier. And we'll be starting at the head of the fly, going all the way back. I'm using a size 12 Dairiki scud and a black bead head. Now this bead head's more for fast sinking. If you have a deeper water, if you have more of a shallower water, you might not even want to use a bead head. You can use without bead. It doesn't matter. This video we'll be using for the tail, pheasant tail. You'll be wanting about 4, maybe 5, 6 strands of the fibers, making sure they're all lined up straight. You're tying this on as the tail of the fly. You want it about the length of the body, or the shank of your hook, for your tail size. Tie that on. If you need to, you can adjust it if it looks too long. This is mainly personal preference. If you want, you want to tie all the way up, making sure that this is pulled in tightly. Now this you can either cut off or you can break off. If you hold your thread tight and you just pull quick, it'll break off flush. Now what you want to do is you want to tie in a silver wire. Doesn't have to be wire, it can be like a bendable but strong floss, or not floss, a tinsel. You know, tie it over here at the front of the eye, and then wrap back. Gives it more of a strength to it. Plus, it makes your body just slightly bigger on this fly, which is good because this is a pretty thick fly. You're going to wrap all the way back towards your tail. Right before your tail, don't go over top of it or make it bend down anymore. If you have to, just readjust and fix. What you want to do is you make your body as smooth as possible and get to about your halfway mark, about 3/4 on your hook, and stop with your thread. Now what you want to do is you want to take your wire or tinsel, and you want to wrap forward with nice even wraps until you get to your thread. Then you want to tie off. What you can do is you can tie all the way up to your bead head if you'd like. It also gives you a longer or thicker thorax on your fly. Then cut that off. You can use as extra for a different fly if you want to. What you want to do, you want to wrap back towards where you tied off before. And now I'll be using peacock curl. I tend to use about 2, maybe 3 strands of this. Gives it more of a thicker, fuller body on the fly. You want to tie this in right where your thread's at and wrap all the way forward, making sure that you have your thread all the way down, your peacock is secured. Now what you'll be using is a poly yarn. It's red, gives it the casing that the fly is, plus is a little bit of attractant to the fish. You can tie in 1 strand or 2. 2 is mainly what I use. Make sure it's tied down properly and secure. If you have to, you can readjust. That red acts as your wing casing. Now wrap forward to the front of your fly, making sure that your red's out of the way, but you want to use your peacock curl and wrap forward, giving it that thick, full body that you'd like. Now once you get to the bead head, you want to tie off your peacock curl, making sure that's tied off tight. Instead of cutting it, what you can do now, like I said before with the pheasant tail, you can hold on to your thread tight, pull down, get close to the peacock curl, and pull, and it should break away even. If there's just a little bit left, you can snip that off. Now what you want to do is you want to take your red poly yarn, you want to kind of split it apart if you have two strands, and you want to fold it over. What this does is makes the wing casing slightly bigger and shows the fish that there's more wing casing there, and also it acts as a brighter attractant for it. Now what you want to do is you want to wrap in front of the fly, or run right on top of your thread, and cut off the extra. What you can use that also for another fly if you'd like, or you can throw it in the trash pile, whichever you like. Now what I'll be using is just a little bit of a shine to it. It gives more of an attractant. It's just a flash, basically. What you want to do is you want to have two strands, and you want to wrap it around your thread. Or what I do is I fold it in half over top of the thread, pinch it, and then pull down. So it's right on top of your hook, right on the top. What this does is add some flash to your fly, and also acts as little legs. Making sure that you have secured properly, you can pull two to each side, not tightly though, and then you can tie off your fly with your whip finish. Make sure you pull that down tightly, cut off your thread, and take about half of your body length, or maybe 3/4, and cut for your flash, and that should be good. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section.